my kind and inquisitive Virgo friend. Hello and welcome. My name is Mina, and I'm here to offer you a 3-card reading exploring the themes of you, your path, and your potential. I invite you to consider what the reading reveals about possible challenges, opportunities, and personal growth for the week ahead. Take a deep breath, rest your mind, and let's see what the cards have to share with you today. Virgo, there's a certain heaviness that's lingered in the background lately. It might not be something you'd name aloud, but it's there. A subtle ache in the chest, a tension in the jaw, a sense that something is out of step. You may find yourself replaying conversations, analyzing small details, or wondering if you've overlooked something important. The need to prove your steadiness is strong, yet beneath it all, there's a wish to simply breathe and let the world be less sharp around the edges. This week, you're quietly holding together so much more than anyone realizes. The urge to manage, to organize, to anticipate what might go wrong can leave you feeling isolated in your own caution. Still, there's a softness just beneath the surface, a hope that things could be easier if only you could trust your own resilience. You sense the weight of carrying yourself and others, and though you rarely admit it, you long for a moment when you can set it all down. In this moment, your inner world is colored by the spirit of the Strength card, not in a loud or dramatic way, but through the quiet fortitude you show each day. You're drawing from reserves you didn't know you had, facing discomfort and uncertainty without seeking recognition. There's an unspoken bravery in the way you hold space for your own doubts, resisting the urge to escape or pretend. You might notice how you gently talk yourself through anxious thoughts, or how you catch yourself before letting frustration spill over. This is not the type of strength that roars. It's the kind that sits patiently with what hurts, refusing to let fear dictate your pace. You know the world expects you to have it all together, but you're learning that being present with your own vulnerability is its own quiet act of courage. You're not entirely sure where this patience comes from, but it makes each small decision feel deliberate. There's a carefulness in how you move through your days. Sometimes it feels like you're holding a delicate balance, wanting to protect your boundaries, yet still offering your help to those who need it. There's a part of you that resists asking for support, convinced that your presence is only valuable if you're the one holding everything up. Still, beneath all this, you're aware of a growing desire to be seen, not just for your competence, but for your heart. The patience you show others, the gentleness you extend to friends is slowly turning inward. This subtle shift is the first sign that your strength isn't just something you give away. It's something you can offer yourself too. As this inner steadiness takes root, it shapes the path you walk. Your ability to sit with discomfort, to face what feels uncertain, creates a ripple effect in how you navigate the week ahead. Because you carry this quiet strength, the road before you is marked by a certain friction. The 7 of Swords brings with it a sense of unease, like you're aware of undercurrents that others might not see. There could be a feeling that something is off, that you're missing a piece of the puzzle, or that someone isn't telling the whole truth. Perhaps you sense a pressure to look out for yourself, to keep your plans close to your chest. This isn't paranoia, but rather a heightened sensitivity to the subtle shifts in your environment. You notice when conversations feel guarded, when tasks seem to multiply behind the scenes, when your efforts go unacknowledged. There's a momentum here, a push to stay alert, to anticipate challenges, to avoid being caught off guard. You may find yourself second-guessing decisions or questioning motives, both your own and others. The pressure to stay ahead, to protect what matters, can feel exhausting at times. It's as if you're walking through a room where everyone is speaking in code, and you're the only one trying to translate. This week, you might notice the urge to withdraw slightly, to guard your time and energy. There's a sense that if you let your guard down, something important could slip through the cracks. Yet, even as you feel this tension, you're also aware of your own resourcefulness. You know how to navigate complexity, to find your way through situations that aren't straightforward. The friction isn't just an obstacle, it's a signal that you care deeply about the outcomes, that you're willing to do what it takes to keep things moving, even if it means operating with a bit more caution than usual. Still, this careful posture isn't without its costs. The constant vigilance can leave you feeling isolated, as if you're carrying a secret burden. There's an underlying wish to trust more, to step out from behind the protective walls you've built. The choices you make now, whether to hold back or to share, to stay silent or to speak, are shaped by your desire to remain safe, but also by a longing to be understood. The path this week isn't about outsmarting anyone or proving yourself right. It's about noticing where you hold back and gently questioning whether you need to keep doing so. It becomes clear that the possibilities ahead are shaped by how openly you meet these tensions. The road is not predetermined. What unfolds next depends on whether you approach these pressures with the same quiet courage you offer your own doubts. If you can recognize when you're bracing for disappointment and choose, even briefly, to soften that stance, the week can feel less like a test and more like an invitation. When you meet the moment consciously, the Ace of Wands appears as a subtle yet powerful invitation. There is a spark hidden beneath the layers of caution, a sense of possibility that emerges when you allow yourself to move from defense to curiosity. Growth in this context is not about grand gestures or dramatic leaps. It's about noticing where your energy wants to go, what draws your interest or stirs your enthusiasm. You might catch a glimpse of what excites you, a project you've set aside, a conversation that lights you up, a daydream that keeps returning. The invitation here is gentle. What if you allowed just a bit more of that spark to show? What if you let yourself follow a thread of inspiration, not because it guarantees success, but because it feels alive? This week, your potential doesn't hinge on doing everything perfectly or predicting every outcome. It rests in your willingness to trust the flicker of interest that rises when you give yourself a break from self-protection. There's room to experiment, to try something small and new, to notice how your energy shifts when you're not just surviving, but allowing yourself to create. The Ace of Wands reminds you that beginnings don't always announce themselves with fanfare. Sometimes they arrive quietly, in the form of an idea you can't shake, or a moment of genuine excitement that catches you off guard. Growth finds its way in when you give yourself permission to be more than just careful. It arrives when you let a little hope in with the caution. All three energies, your quiet strength, the wary navigation, and the subtle spark, are threads in the same tapestry. There is no need to reject any part of your experience. Your resilience is not diminished by your caution. Your alertness is balanced by your capacity for hope. The week asks nothing more than for you to show up as you are, holding both the desire to protect and the willingness to try. When you recognize that your doubts and your dreams can coexist, the path ahead feels less lonely, less fraught. You are not required to choose between safety and growth. Both have a place in your story right now. As the days unfold, you may notice a gentle easing, a sense that you can trust yourself to handle what comes. In this, there is reassurance. You are steady not because nothing shakes you, but because you keep returning to your own center again and again. Actionable insights for Virgo this week. Let yourself pause when you notice tension rising, even if it's just for a breath. Try speaking honestly about what you don't know instead of reaching for certainty. If something sparks your interest, allow yourself to follow that feeling, even for a few minutes. Spoken word affirmations to repeat aloud for a more positive mindset. I am steady, even when things are uncertain. I can hold space for what I don't understand. My courage grows each time I show up as I am. I am ready to welcome what inspires me. And now, dear friend, I thank you for giving me your time. I truly hope I have given you something helpful in return. Goodbye and good luck until next time.